Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our show. Thank you for being here. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed, and on Facebook as well. Give us some thumbs up and hearts and all the love. We need it because we are here in Studio B. And I guess Mr. HP, say hello to Mr. HP.
Oh, hello, everybody.
He's pushing the wrong buttons because everything is switched around from Studio One.
It happens when you transition.
There's always that adjustment. But I know you'll stick around, stick with us, even though we push a few wrong buttons. Right?
We're going to push some buttons today.
Right ones, and hopefully not as many wrong ones.
Exactly.
But thank you all for being here. We have a great show ahead for you. We have a giveaway at the end of the show where you have a chance to answer a giveaway question and win a gift card from GE website. So stick around for that giveaway question. All you got to do is just answer it in the comments.
I just want to say one thing.
Yes.
I was so jacked up here, I didn't get to dance in the intro.
I know. Why don't you dance now?
But there's no music.
We'll put on some music again. It's our show. We can do whatever we want.
That is true, but I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared to do that right now.
Well, we hope you all had a lovely Labor Day weekend here in the U.S. if you were celebrating. Now, we were laboring on Labor Day weekend.
What are you supposed to do on Labor Day?
Well, I don't know. If you're a business owner, Labor Day is, sometimes you just have to labor on Labor Day.
Labor Day is like a Tuesday.
Because
Monday.
You know what, though? When your team is all enjoying the break, sometimes there's those things where you can do in peace and quiet, you know?
True that.
So, no, we were just filming. So we came down to Florida for Saturday morning, yes. And spent some time filming some great new videos for all of you. And you still got a few more to film. But it's been great to kind of get out. It is warm down here. It is humid down here. And that really is good sometimes because it's not pulling you outside to hang out too much. But it's been actually lovely. We did some bike rides yesterday, so it's been actually pretty lovely. It's been hot the past few weeks, but I think it's I wouldn't say cooling down, but not as hot. No. So hope you all enjoyed the weekend. Now behind Mr. HP, we have a quilt from the new upcoming panel mashup book. It is at the printer right now being churned out. So hopefully, we'll see it soon. Do you want to show them your quilt? Oh, there it is. The whole thing. We got to see the whole thing. This is no diggity. And this uses a 2/3 yard or 24-inch panel in the middle and some fun stuff. And the wonderful thing about all the quilts in the book, the blocks are not tied to the actual panel, which means if there's a Halloween panel, there's not Halloween blocks or pumpkin blocks and vice versa. It's very generic, so it really could translate for any type of fabric. All right, let's dive into our winner from last week. So our giveaway question last week was, what was the question? Oh, flannel. It was about flannel. What is flannel? Wasn't it? See, we don't have the question. Oh, there it is. What is flannel and what is your favorite way to use it?
Yeah, there it is.
And our winner, who's our winner? Ilana Schachter. So you're just missing an A on her first name there. Ilana, congratulations. Just send us an email to help@GEQuiltDesigns and you will get your gift card prize. Now, her answer was, flannel is fuzzy cotton, perfect for cozy winter quilts. I like to make matching pillowcases when I make flannel quilts. That's a great idea, actually. So flannel, yes. And a lot of folks ask me this, is flannel the same as just brushed fabrics? Is flannel just cotton fabric that's brushed? Actually, no, flannel is its own type of fabric. It's just known for its softness. and fuzziness of the fibers. It is also sometimes extra brushed on one side, but flannel is its own fabric. Brushed cottons are cotton fabrics that have been brushed to create the fuzziness. So that is the difference, because there are flannels that can be other than cotton. They can be cotton blends, wool blends, all kinds of things. So that's really the difference. I don't want to read. I want to read the whole thing. Flannel is great for trapping heat, for warmth, while still allowing airflow due to its moisture wicking properties and larger air pockets. It's soft on the skin and durable, which means it should hold up well over time. Awesome, awesome. So congratulations,
let's
Alana.
put that winner up there again.
Yes, there she is.
Since you called out the A being gone.
Yeah. That's all right.
Just call it out. I mean,
It happens. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, we have lots of things to talk about today. Now, our tip of the day is going to be on more about thread. You know, I get asked this question. Do you have to consider, does thread have an expiration date? And I had a chance, we were just at Baby Lock Tech last week, and I had a chance to talk to a lot of experts, including I got to just drill my thread expert, Duncan from the UK, from Madeira Threads, and we asked so many questions. You were in his booth a while, weren't you?
I was asking all kinds of
Just
questions.
learning and learning and learning. It was awesome. So I asked him this particular question, and he gave me some great answers. So here's my tip of the day on thread storage, and does it expire? I'm often asked, how long does my thread last? Now, thread doesn't really have an expiration date, but it does go bad. So it's all based on how we store it, how long we can get it to last. So general lifespan of thread based on the different types of thread. Let's talk about cotton thread, probably the thread that we use the most. You would say cotton thread lifespan is about 5 to 10 years. Yeah, don't panic, 5 to 10 years if you store it properly. So about 10, 12 is what I've heard from thread experts is kind of the expiration of cotton thread. Now, what does it mean when thread gets to be at the end of their life? It gets brittle, it dries out, but we'll talk more about that later. For polyester thread, the lifespan is about 20 to 50 years. So could be even more. And that is because polyester thread lasts longest. It resists humidity, and UV light damage handles it better than natural fibers. Silk thread is about 10 to 20 years. There are some special concerns if you use silk thread a lot, how to store that. And they say rayon is about 5 to 8 years. Now, signs of how your thread has expired, or if it has expired. So you should always test thread before you use it in a quilt, to piece a quilt, to quilt a quilt, or in a garment. So one of the things, it breaks easily when tugged. So if you see that you're pulling on the thread and it just breaks easily, that means the fibers have dried out. Now there are some waxes out there to lubricate thread, but that doesn't really rehydrate the thread, so there's not really no coming back from that. Second would be that your thread looks faded or dusty. Yes, UV exposure really damages thread. It both fades the color, and it also helps break down the fibers, the natural fibers. So also dust, if you store your thread in a dusty area and they get dust on them, that's also gonna just mix in with the fibers and not make it as strong. Maybe your thread feels rough or stiff. That is also a sign of deteriorated fiber structure. Maybe it snaps when you're machine quilting or doing any kind where the tension is needed, when good tension in your machine is needed and it starts breaking, that means that the tension integrity is weak. And so that is a clear sign of maybe check when that thread was purchased. Your thread shreds or fuzzes easily. Again, the breakdown of the fiber twist or the ply could be happening. And then of course, a pretty obvious one, it has mildew or any kind of sticky residue on it. That just means it's been stored improperly in high humidity and it is affecting the actual thread. So some tips on storing your thread. Now, I know it looks really, really pretty on a wall that's accessible to you. And I used to start out this way. I got myself a great thread rack, but the thing is, this is a collection pile for dust. And if you have any light exposure, sun, if you have a window in that room, it could be exposed to sun and UV damage. So you want to store it in a cool, dry, dark place. And I would avoid basements, attics, and of course that direct sunlight. You want to keep it covered. So dust and light are enemies, especially for cotton and rayon. I know this was maybe when I was first starting to quilt, they were all in a big Ziploc bag and that was just a thread mess. And that was of course probably pretty improper storage. It is good to use airtight containers if humidity is a problem. If you have silk thread, for storing silk thread, avoid wooden drawers because tannins can damage it over time. That is really only pertains to silk thread. And of course, don't store it near windows. If you have that any kind of thread, UV light fades the color and of course weakens the fibers. If you live in a place with high humidity, you can use those silica gel packs that you get in your shoebox when you purchase a shoebox. There's also like dehumidifier little packs that you could put in. So think about that wherever you store your fabric, your batting, and your thread if you live in a very humid area and have maybe some humidity issues. That really keeps that storage dry. So how to check that? Do the snap test. So if you have a piece of thread, you want to just check if it's good. Give it an old tug, unwind about 18 inches, pull it tight between your hands, and then try and pull it with moderate pressure. If it snaps, then it is definitely not ready to be put into quilts. Now this is my cotton thread, and I can, if I really pull on it, I can snap it. But moderate pressure is it's not doing anything. So if it stretches, if the thread stretches, then definitely it's deteriorating. That means it's unwinding itself. If it feels gummy, definitely compromised thread. So let's take a look at some great storage for thread. So again, out of light, out of dust, and organized neatly. So if for something on the go, I like to use my thread organizer. This is a QAYG thread organizer. This I can grab, and I have most colors with me. Of course, I have more thread. I do have a full drawer that is organized with my thread, just handy in my sewing room. But also, I wanted to mention, if you do ever purchase assortments that come in these thread boxes, keep the boxes and use that as your storage. You can even purchase these plastic boxes online and in places that are just generic, and you can store your thread in there. So don't ever throw these away and compromise the thread. This is a great way to store your thread. So in conclusion, thread doesn't really expire like food, but it has a lifespan. So of course it becomes more aged if exposed to the elements, but when in doubt, just use that test, tug test as I showed you. And then a good rule of thumb, beware of buying thread at estate sales. I know they can be a great deal, but you don't want to buy thread that's already at the end of their lifespan, put it into a project and have it break down faster than you want it to. So all that thread, you probably got gifted from mom, grandma. Believe me, I had thread from who knows where and what decade. I'm not sure. Never thought of this, but this makes so much sense. And so probably not the best idea to buy thread at estate sales, garage sales, because you don't know how old it is. You don't know how it has been stored either. So of course the lifespan of the thread is going to be highly improved if it's stored properly. Now I got some great questions here. Somebody said that she had heard a wives' tale of putting old thread in the freezer and that will help it. I don't understand how that would help it. It would just kind of make it more brittle to me. But anyways, here's the question. What do you use for batting with flannel? I use whatever, either cotton, wool. I use a lot of wool with flannel because I want those quilts to be warm, or just a poly, a light poly batting. So you can use any type of batting with flannel. I had no idea the poly thread lasted longer than cotton. So poly thread is a synthetic, so it's not a natural fiber like rayon and cotton and silk. So yes, any natural fibers are going to break down faster, but poly, yes, that lasts the longest. So if you have poly, just typical garment sewing thread, it's the strongest and it lasts the longest. All right, any other good questions? Oh, somebody said maybe store it in the fridge. I would be nervous about storing thread in the fridge only because you want to store it in a dry, dark place. And I don't think a fridge would be that dry. I think there's some kind of humidity and, some stuff, odors maybe getting into the thread. If the thread is original package at the estate sale, yes, of course, but you don't also know where that original package has been stored. Maybe in high heat, attics, or humidity. If it's sealed away from humidity, maybe, but also you might not know how old it is. So that would be my concern. Even if it's the original package, if it doesn't have any kind of date on it on the receipt or anything, then I would be weary. Unless you're maybe buying polyester thread. But I would be wary of buying cottons or anything that it has that short span. I'm just hoping we all won't be walking around and the thread gives out on our own clothes, Deb. That is exactly what we're trying to avoid here. I have had, I've been quilting for a long time and most of my quilts have been used a lot, but I have seen thread break down. And it was probably some of my first quilts. I was probably using old thread that I found in mom's, bins or whatever, and stitches started coming loose. I mean, that could be a number of things, but I've seen where the thread actually started breaking down on a binding, sewn down binding. And I'm not that old, so now I totally believe this. Why is cotton thread recommended? Just as a natural fiber, all of our fabrics are cotton, so it is recommended, but, currently I use polyester thread for my bobbin because I use a special bobbin thread that's very thin. It gets me so much more on the spool, on the bobbin, and 2-3 times more than cotton. And also it's a much cheaper thread, or I should say less expensive. I shouldn't say cheaper because that has two meanings, but less expensive. So you don't want to, for example, when you're doing something fancy embroidery or anything, you want to use just a less expensive, very fine thread in the bobbin, so you're not wasting your fancy, expensive thread for just something that's in the bobbin. Does poly thread cut into cotton fabric and weaken it? This was a discussion we had. So that was what I was always taught back in the day, that poly thread is going to, in time, be stronger than the cotton fabrics and going to cut into it. Now, I discussed this with my thread expert, and unless you are playing tug-of-war with your quilts for extended periods of time, which in some cases, yes, our kids' quilts may be, but maybe not for an extended period of time. It takes a long time. With our technology today is different. The cotton fabrics are way different. The gray goods are different than 40 years ago. So we have to think about that. The quality of the fabric is better. The better quality of the fabric the less the chance that poly thread is going to break down your fabric. So I would say, and they all said no, it would take very extensive circumstances for that to happen. How can I access info for your October 18 one-day retreat? So it is listed on our website. Just go to one-day retreat. It is, I think, otherwise you can go to our events and classes, and it's going to be there. So find that on our website. Okay, great thread questions. I hope I gave you some information.
One more.
Okay, does Madeira carry a bobbin thread? Yes. Madeira carries two, a white and black poly bobbin thread, but it also carries a cotton bobbin thread that is kind of off-white. That is, I've been using that even in my vintage Singer 301, and it works beautifully, beautifully. No tension issues. So when you start using a finer thread, so the two poly ones, the white and the black, are 80 weight, so they're very fine. So sometimes you have to tweak the tension just a little bit on your machine. I really didn't have to. I've been using pre-wound bobbins for my Solaris, and it's been fantastic. No issues. I love it. Cindy's asking Egyptian cotton versus organic. I think there are some organic Egyptian cottons if I think about it. So Egyptian cotton is longer thread cotton, so that is usually used for thread. So the finest, it's always considered the highest quality Egyptian cotton. Is it better to use cotton thread on cotton fabrics? That's what we were always taught, to quilt or to piece with cotton, because we're using cotton fabrics. I use cotton in my top, and then I use poly in my bobbin, just because it gives me a finer seam, easier to fold over the fabric, and all those things. So I think it's pretty much personal preference. Just like everything else, you do you be your own rebel. When do we get fabric requirements for the one-day retreat? So fabric requirements, that will all come a little bit later. I don't have a date yet, but we are still way over a month away, so you will get that very soon. Okay, what else? More questions? We good to move on? Sir?
I'll give you one more.
Okay. These are fun. Oh, that's a very loaded question. That's a very loaded question.
Whoa.
I've talked about this extensively before. It's a very loaded question. I like it better. I think it's less dust comes off of it. It has a little bit of a sheen that the Aurifil doesn't. I like that it's priced better. And my machine just quilts smoothly. We had some thread breakage when I was doing free motion with Aurifil. That doesn't happen for me with Madeira. I think it's personal preference again. But I went from an Aurifil girl to a Madeira girl. just by trying it, just by testing it, not by somebody telling me anything. So I would say test it, try it, and see what you think. We sent it to everybody that was in our 3-day retreat, and I've been getting really fun emails where they finally tried their thread and are loving it. So, but again, your machine might not love it. You might not love it, but so try it. That's all I'm going to say.
You might try it. You might like it.
Yes, we love it. We love the Aero quilt thread too, which is a polyester. That's the long arm thread. That is beautiful. I'll show you an example later on.
I'm a rookie, and I've seen the difference.
Yeah, you've seen the difference.
My goodness.
Yeah, it causes a lot less breakage and tension issues. Yeah, really. Okay, I wanted to tell you, if you go to our website, you might see a little bit of a different look. We have made this beautiful autumn campaign, which is just something for fun, because, fall for most of us quilters means that, we got some fall and winter quilting planning happening. Always a Labor Day kind of marks school starts, and for some, quilting starts. So we did something fun. We put that on the website, and here are some couple of screenshots. So when you hit the website and when you hit that page, click on the autumn, welcome autumn, then you'll get 2 pages. Do you have those screenshots? No?
Yep.
Oh, good. There they are. So first will be just some great articles, fall in love with fabric, finishing strong, sharpen your skills. Maybe it's a time to learn something new. And then we have more shopping groups. We put some autumn fabric, some flannel fabric, Halloween. And then, fall is sometimes finishing up some of our things that we've dragged on and not gotten done before summer or in summer. So we added some wide back, some minky, some cozy minky, some plaid for bindings, maybe finishing up some bindings, and then some notions and tools and storage, including thread storage, and some cozy apparel, new apparel that we talked about last week. And some of those are flying out. Everybody wants your sweatshirt that you wore on the show.
It's so cool. That's
I know, it is.
Coolest.
It is. So check it out if you want some inspiration. We're gonna be doing some posts on social media too, so it's gonna be fun. Fall is coming. So many people, fall is their favorite time of year, and I think it really depends on where you live. But interestingly enough, now that we're down here in Florida, people are looking forward to fall when the heat breaks. I think that's many places. In Minnesota, we of course have gorgeous fall colors and cooler weather, some bonfires and stuff like that. Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Love that skit. Anyway, so check it out. Another exciting thing came and is finally going out to stores, and that is our printed batting kits. Yes, they are in the house. We're madly packing for all of our distributor orders, and most of them are almost there. So you'll be seeing these in stores now. They're on our website, of course, and we're so excited with how they have been received. We've gotten stories from stores already that people come in for their second and third pack in like the following day. So that's really exciting to hear. I worked on this for a really long time. It's been an idea for probably 3 years. And because I'm such a stickler on quality and the process being, as good as it can eventually, can really be, it took this time. But we have great partners now in making this product. And so we'll have more coming. Not quite yet, though. Let's get this one out first. I get asked that question. When are we going to have more? I'm like, well, let's just get these into the stores first. So it's going to be really exciting. Our shop owners are really loving the packaging. So we're excited for how it's going to be received. We have made quite a few of these already, so I wanted just to give you a little inspiration. These are so quick. I think with cutting, these can be done in an evening. Here's one of our original braid runners. Unfortunately, we lost a couple of these runners in Chicago at the H&H show. They disappeared.
Or did we leave it?
We left them accidentally, but somebody snatched them up.
Well, I would too.
Here is one I made recently out of Renier. This is also the Braid Runner Midi. And here's the second one that we had originally. This is the Super Bloom one. Here is a Take It Easy one, really cute, out of Christmas fabric. We made another Take It Easy out of our Lil Bundle Club fabrics. That was last month's, the Painted Garden. This is available as a little bundle. And here is Simply Cozy. Love this one. And one more, there is Take It Easy Sun Drenched. This one is super cool. These were made both from a charm pack, but they can be made with, the Take It Easy can be made with a little bundle, just adding the backing and the binding. So some of you have done a lot of Quilt As You Go. This takes it just to another level, makes it so easy and fun. What I love to hear is from experienced quilters that do crazy hard stuff. They love this. This is just so fun and mindless, and you can just kind of enjoy just sewing. So love this. Can't wait to see what everybody feels and says about these as they come into the stores. All right, any other questions on anything? Oh yes. Oh yeah. It's already on the store. We're shipping it. If you pre-ordered, we will have it. We will have plenty there for FemFest. I wanted to show you.
Travel with Gudrun next trip. That's the question.
Oh, Jocelyn, I love it. Well, we are, officially kind of announcing our new travel division, GE Quilting Escapes. And there might just be some announcements coming up here in just the next couple of weeks. If you're coming to FemFest, there will be some information there for sure. So we'll have our plan out for the next few years. Some things will be ready for signups, others will be coming. But anybody that is interested in traveling with us, I wanted to point out we have a Facebook group called GE Quilting Escapes. Please join it because that's where we put the first announcements when we list a new trip, a new cruise, or anything like that. So check that out if you're on Facebook. But one of the reasons why we're here is we've been filming some classes, and Lil Pattern Club is one of our very popular classes and programs we have going. So those of you that are part of that have already seen at least mock-ups of all the runners or all the little runners that are coming in this season 1. And not until December, not until December, we have Little Winnie, and I just made this one. We just filmed the class, and I absolutely love this. So I just did it, so there's no binding on this yet, but I love how it turned out. So I used fabric from Seth Apter, On Your Mark, that should be coming any day now for my blocks, and one of our new background fabrics that we have in our basics. And look at this quilting. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is Dizzy Izzy, and we used one of the Madeira variegated threads. I love their variegated threads because it's so subtle, like it changes color many times, so you don't get these long stretches of the same color. It blends nicely because they're softer tones. They have soft tones and dark tones, but I just love this. This pulls out all the colors in the fabrics. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the colors? I can put it a little closer.
No.
You see the colors now? Kind of, sort of? Maybe not? Yeah.
Not really.
I love this. So I think this one will get a scrappy binding. Something fun from my beautiful fabrics. So coming, not until December, everybody, but very, very fun runner to put together. All right. Speaking of lovely fabrics, we have some great ones for you today. Let me show you the first collection that I'm going to show you is called Tundra Crossing. So remember that no diggity quilt hanging behind Mr. HP? That was made from a Northcott, one of their wildlife fabric lines, and Tundra Crossing is one of those. It is, of course, Debroah Edwards and Melanie Samra that made the designers, and these are beautiful, beautiful polar bears. Look how cute. So this is one of the main prints. Not that many prints that have the polar bears, so if you don't like polar bears, don't worry, it's not in every print, but they're beautiful textures that they always include in their stuff is definitely there. This is a 10-piece bundle, I believe. Yep, 10 pieces. So going into some more textures, here's this white with like an icy, frosty texture on it. We have a little snowflake texture, some teals and blues and grays on here. And here's the smaller print with the polar bears. a little bit more subtle. And then going into a little bit more teal, a little bit more blues. And what I love always is there's this tonal effect where you're going from light to dark and playing with all this texture. This is just looks like glacier texture. Very pretty. A little bit of teal. I love these little dots on this. Makes it like here in a snowstorm. And then they always have an ombre, or many times they have an ombre. So here's their ombre. It goes from the darkest blue. It has kind of this landscape. And then it goes back up here. So this, it'd be the top. So you see these little icicles hanging from the top of the mountain or the ice cave. And then it eases into the water. And you got the icebergs in the water here. So beautiful print. You could cut it out for different texture, different shades. But you could also do some great strips or use it kind of like a panel. If you wanted to as well. Then we have the darker blues, nice teals with some blue accent in it. And then we have the darkest, deepest blue, really rich with those dots on it, kind of like snowflakes. So this is Tundra Crossing. Now there is a panel that goes with it that is not in the bundle, sold separately. And so this one would make an awesome no diggity quilt, these colors. Here's the panel. Do we have a photo of the full panel, sir, to put up? We don't? No. So this one is about 25 inches, I think.
You see how I was silent?
It's 28 inches, actually. It's a wider one.
I was silent.
You were silent?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have it? Well, it is really cute. Really, really cute. But let me show you some great fabrics that would work with this. I feel like I have to have them here as a part of the fun. Starting with some of the lights. This light gray really matches the grays in the fur. So this is dry brush silver. Very nice fabric. I've used that quite a bit. And then also a great light one is grunge snow white. It has a little bit of that seafoam color, a little bit of mint green in there. Works really well with all of these. Then this is grunge clear water. Also has some green and a very, very light blue. We love this print and I've used this quite a bit. It's been a color that's been missing. Glaze Raindrop brings in some of those softer tones of blues. Works really well with this color here, this print. And then we have some beautiful teals. Dry brush turquoise is going to bring in a little bit more green than kind of brighten it up a little bit. And if you wanted to brighten it up even more, glaze in the sea glass, so a little bit darker. Those could also be used as an accent. So if you need an accent color, you don't want to change the integrity of the whole collection, using those blues, you can still add a friend, a neighbor of all those blues, and have that stand out as an accent, but you can also mix it in. A little bit of darker teal. This is Nitty Gritty in the jade. Love this as kind of a dark blue and turquoise bridge. And then we go into the blues, Thatched Coastal. This one is super cool, Fresco in turquoise. This is new. This was a color club. Love that one. Also bridging that teal and blue. And then Grunge Storm. So our pure dark blue color. Also a newer color. I like that it has a little bit of gray, tying it with the rest of the grays in here. So this is Tundra Crossing by Debroah Edwards and Melanie Samra for Northcott Fabrics. We do have it in half-yard bundles and also in fat quarter bundles. Fat quarter bundle with 10 pieces. And guess what? Our favorite, there is a wide back, Tundra Crossing ice. So it's that ice texture, just a little bit larger in a wide back, and we have that in 3 yards, and maybe there's a couple of 2-yard cuts as well available. Switching gears completely, going into this really adorable line called Willow Bend. This is by a new designer, Cassandra Zaniboni, for Windham Fabrics. Really, really cute artwork. This is would fit very well into our fall theme, I think. So beautiful foxes sleeping and playing in the woods. And then we have just some great coordinates with it. I love this sage color. It's so calming and beautiful. We have some birds, blackbirds on branches. I'm assuming they're blackbirds because they're black. Might not be, I'm not sure. I want to show some of the fox on there. Yeah. And then we have this beautiful pine print, a little bit deeper greens, starting in the sage colors, and then we go into a little bit deeper greens. I love these different hues of greens. Here's a beautiful, kind of like a stripe, but I love these like ribbons. So there's a lot of life in this. And then into our darkest greens, a small print here, very small, just little stars and pluses and X's. Nice texture. I love this color. Really deep woodsy green. And then we have this another great deep green background with these flowers. So pretty. Bringing in a little bit of that brown, kind of almost a golden brown. Another version of the stripe. And another version of the small print, this beautiful cream color that you see in all the other prints. We have the birds in the cream color, and now the birds are kind of red. So now I'm calling them cardinals. They changed. And we have another version of the main print in the brown. Look how pretty that is. Look how rich that brown is. Really love it. And then bringing in that green in here. This is just yummy, cozy for fall, or for anybody that just loves these tones and the outdoors. This beautiful leaf print. We have some leaves floating, some acorns, and again a little bit lighter brown. Love just the hue placement, all the different hues. And then we have that small print in the medium brown, same as here and here, to round out the collection. 12 pieces, and we have it in both the half-yard bundle, we have a fat quarter bundle, and we also have it in a little bundle. So this one would be really great for a fall themed table runner. So for some of my picks here, I am going to start with the greens, and I'm going to start with kind of the lightest hue. So this is seedling sage, so it's a very, very light sage. You can see how the tones with this one, and then it's a little bit lighter than these guys over here, but beautiful, beautiful match. This one is Provision Sage, a little bit brighter green, but works really well with a collection of them. I wanted to do a little bit deeper to bring in more of this dark green grunge in the fur. This is a newer grunge, very rich, a little bit of so really just that pine, rich, deep fur color. And then chalk and charcoal in the hunter. So really pretty, deep green colors. For some of the browns, starting with Cosmos in the brown. That is a perfect match for these tones here. Both of them actually, because there's so much variety in the print. I love it. And a little bit darker, spotted mocha, a new color of spotted. Love this one. I love it because it has the gold in here, so it matches perfectly between all of these browns. And then in between, I chose a thatched cocoa. So something a little bit more, less golden, a little bit more taupe, but it's another great addition. Some for the cream. Thatched buttermilk is a little bit lighter cream, and it has a little bit of that off-white color in it. And then also Spotsy and the taupe is a beautiful print that was part of our color club once. I've used this one quite a lot. I really love the tone and the texture. And then we brought in just one kind of lighter, matching that off-white in the prints. And this is Grunge Vanilla. So Willow Bend, a choice for a backing, a wide back. We have these chalk and charcoal. This is the mushroom color that I think would make a great, just a basic backing. It has that texture of chalk and charcoal. So that would be a great option for a wide back. And so here are the other sizes as well. Beautiful Willow Bend. So all that's left now is our giveaway question. Do you have any questions come through on the fabric? Great, great, great. You're loving the Willow Bend browns. Love it. Awesome. So I have a question for you. All you got to do is answer that in the comments, and you're entered for a giveaway next week. And my question is, what is your favorite thing to do on your day off for Labor Day? What did we do on our day off for Labor Day?
I don't know if it's our favorite thing.
Well, it kind of was because I got to sew. I haven't been sewing for a long time, so I spent a lot of time sewing up that runner, for example, and some other things. And then we did another one of our favorite things that evening. We hopped on our bikes and biked downtown for a great dinner. So
yeah,
it was great.
I think a good favorite thing is to do whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
Whatever that is. Don't have to be
whatever
favorite.
you enjoy. So don't judge us for working because we kind of enjoy what we do. Kind of.
That's all right.
A lot.
It ain't about us. Tell us what you would do on Labor Day.
Yes, just answer that in the comments and you might win next week. We'll draw randomly from all your comments next week. And that is September 9th is next week's show. And that is FamFest week already.
Whoa.
FamFest. So on that Tuesday, September 9th, I'm going to give you a little heads up. Early morning, if you live in Minnesota or near regions, there is going to be a TV appearance on the morning show. It's early on WCCO, Channel 4. We have Shayla visiting us again, and we're going to get her to do something. I'm going to get her to do something. So check out WCCO, September 9th, Tuesday morning. You might see us there.
Fun
But
times.
our upcoming shows, also tomorrow morning, 1 Yard Wednesday, Jody will give us some great deals on 1 Yards at 9:30 a.m. That's September 3rd. And then this coming Friday, Happy Friday, is going to be September 5th at 12 noon. We are going to have some great guest hosts because somebody's got a gig. 2 gigs in wine country in Napa.
Someone's got to go test the wine. Someone's got to do it. Might as well be me and you.
So we'll be enjoying a couple of days in California, and then we're back to Minnesota for our wonderful FamFest week. Cannot wait to see some of you there. But this is our show for tonight. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Step into the groove, it's the place to stay. GE Designs got the Stripology way. Quilting with the beat. You feel that heat with the rulers of the strips, every inch so neat. Lay your fabric here, lay it right here. Cut it right there, cut it right there. Precision in the rhythm can't help but stare. From morning to night we cut and we care. Every quilt a masterpiece, nothing can compare. Home of the Stripology, feel that vibe. GE designs where precision is our vibe. Cut it, slice it, make it so right. Quilter's paradise, sewing in the moonlight. Measure once, cut twice. That's the funky rule. Stripology magic, yeah. It's hella cool. Turn that fabric loose, make it strut and stroll. We're jamming with the quilts in control. Oh, everybody now, lift up those strips, lift up those strips. Feel the stripology, adding flair to your life. From edge to edge, we groove through the night. Sew it up, show it off with a glorious sight. Home of the Stripology, feel that vibe.